Hey, Tipo here. Ready for some fun English? Let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Podcast and Chill on the Learn English Podcast channel. I'm Leo, and here with me is the very serious, very logical Gwen.
Hello, everyone. Leo, I'm curious. How are you going to try to make me laugh today?
Oh Gwen, it's not about trying, it's about succeeding. Did you hear about the audience response to our last episode?
No, but I'm guessing you're going to tell me.
Absolutely. When we posted how to become the best version of yourself, the audience loved it.
That's great to hear. It shows they care about self-improvement.
Totally. But here's the thing, Gwen. Do you know what really stops people from becoming their best selves?
What is it, Leo? Is this another one of your riddles?
No riddles today. It's laziness.
Laziness?
Yep, it sneaks into everything. Fitness goals, study plans, work projects, you name it.
That's true. Laziness is like a wall that stops progress before it even starts.
Which is why today's episode is called Stop Being Lazy, You're Wasting a Lot of Time.
And don't forget, we have a free PDF to help you work on these tips. Make sure to create a copy so you can edit it for your own goals.
All right, Gwen, let's talk about laziness and why it's so common.
Sure, Leo. Let's start with the root causes. A lot of people feel lazy because they don't have enough motivation.
Right? And sometimes it's because they feel overwhelmed by the size of their tasks.
Absolutely. Research from Stanford University shows that when tasks feel too big, people are more likely to avoid them altogether.
So, breaking big goals into smaller steps can really help.
That's true. Let's say you want to learn English. Instead of thinking, I need to be fluent in 6 months, start with, I'll practice speaking for 10 minutes every day.
That's such a good point. Another big reason people feel lazy is fear. They're afraid of failing, so they don't even try.
That's very common. A study from the University of California found that fear of failure often stops people from starting new projects. That's why it's important to remind yourself that mistakes are part of learning.
Exactly. Every mistake you make is a step toward improvement.
Let's talk about routines. Having a daily routine can make a huge difference. For example, waking up at the same time every day helps your body and mind stay consistent.
Right? And building small habits like this can create a ripple effect.
Research from Duke University shows that nearly 40% of our daily actions are driven by habits, not decisions. So, good habits make life easier and reduce laziness.
Absolutely. Let's say you want to exercise more. Start with a 5-minute walk each day. Once that becomes easy, you can increase the time slowly.
Exactly. You're creating momentum, and momentum is powerful. Another big factor that fuels laziness is distractions.
Oh, definitely. Phones, social media, endless notifications. It's a battle.
Right. A study from Harvard found that on average, people spend about 3 hours a day on their phones. That's a lot of time you could use for something productive.
True, but it's also hard to break the habit.
Start small, like putting your phone in another room while working or studying.
That's a good tip, Gwen. Sometimes out of sight, out of mind really works.
And finally, let's talk about mindset.
What do you mean by mindset?
Well, having a just start mentality can help fight laziness. Sometimes waiting for motivation isn't the answer.
That's true. If you just take one small step, the rest often feels easier.
And rewarding yourself for progress can keep you going.
Like treating yourself to a snack after finishing a task?
Exactly. Little rewards keep you motivated. So, to wrap up, understand the root causes of laziness, set small, clear goals, and build good habits.
Eliminate distractions and adopt a just start mindset. You've got this, listeners. All right, Gwen, let's break down some key vocabulary we've talked about today. First, motivation. It means the reason or drive to do something. For example, I have the motivation to study.
Second, overwhelmed. It describes a feeling of being unable to deal with too much. For instance, I feel overwhelmed by work.
Third, schedule. This means a regular way of doing things. Like, I follow a morning schedule every day.
Fourth, distractions. These are things that take your attention away from what you're doing. An example is, social media is a big distraction while studying.
Finally, failure. It means not succeeding at something. For example, failure is part of learning.
Now, let's discuss 2 questions about our topic. First question: what is one small habit you could start today to fight laziness? For me, I would say drinking more water regularly. What about you, Leo?
I think for me, it would be putting my phone in another room when I need to focus.
Second question: how can setting small goals help you feel less overwhelmed?
I think it's because small goals feel more manageable and easier to start.
Exactly. Breaking tasks into steps really makes a difference.
What do you think, listeners? Share your answers in the comments below. Now, Gwen, let's dive into some fun facts and research about laziness.
Sure, Leo. Did you know there's a term called productive procrastination?
Wait, what? How can procrastination be productive?
It's when people delay important tasks but still get other useful things done.
So, like cleaning your room instead of finishing that report?
Exactly. Research from the University of Sheffield found that this can sometimes reduce stress and help people refocus on their main goals.
That's interesting. But we also have to be careful, right?
Definitely. If you procrastinate too much, it can turn into a habit that's hard to break.
Speaking of habits, did you know it takes about 66 days to form a new habit?
Yes, that's from a study by University College London. It shows that consistency is key when building habits. That's why having a schedule or daily structure is so important.
Absolutely. And one more thing, laziness often comes from a lack of purpose in what we do.
That's a great point, Leo. When you find meaning in your work, it becomes easier to stay motivated.
Here's a fun fact for our listeners. Did you know Albert Einstein was often called lazy as a child?
No way. But look how that turned out.
Exactly. It's proof that being lazy doesn't define your potential.
So, listeners, don't be too hard on yourselves. Find your rhythm and take one step at a time.
That reminds me, Gwen, have you heard about the 2-minute rule for beating laziness?
Oh, I think I've heard of it. Isn't it about starting a task that takes just 2 minutes?
Exactly. The idea is to make a task so small and simple that you can't say no to it. For example, if you want to start exercising, just commit to putting on your workout shoes.
That's clever. Once you start, it's easier to keep going.
Right. And it's supported by psychology. When you start small, your brain feels a sense of achievement. That motivates you to do more.
Speaking of motivation, there's a fun story about Thomas Edison.
Oh, I love Edison stories. What's this one about?
When Edison was working on inventing the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times.
Wow, 1,000 times? That's a lot of mistakes.
Exactly. But Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work.
That's so inspiring. It shows that persistence is key to success.
Absolutely. So even if you feel lazy or discouraged, remember, progress is still progress, no matter how small.
One more fun fact for you, Gwen. Did you know the word lazy comes from an old German word leisk, which means weak or feeble?
That's fascinating. But being lazy doesn't mean you're weak.
Exactly. It's just a reminder that we all have moments when we need rest or a push to get going. All right, Gwen, let's look at some new keywords and phrases related to overcoming laziness.
Great idea, Leo. Let's introduce time management. Time management means organizing your time effectively to get things done. For example, using a planner is a great tool for time management.
The next phrase is prioritize tasks. This means deciding which tasks are most important and doing them first. For example, I always prioritize my homework before playing games.
Another great word is focus. Focus means paying full attention to what you're doing. For example, I turn off all notifications to help me focus on my studies.
The fourth phrase is take action. This means starting something instead of just thinking about it. For example, if you want to achieve your goals, you have to take action.
The last phrase is step by step. This means doing things one at a time in a slow and steady way. For example, I'm learning English step by step, practicing a little every day.
All right, Gwen, here's a question for you.
Sure. What is it?
Why do you think prioritizing tasks is important for avoiding laziness?
Because it helps you focus on what really matters and prevents wasting time on less important things.
That's a great point, Gwen. Now your turn to ask me a question.
Sure, Leo. If you're struggling to manage your time, what's the first thing you would do?
I'd start by writing down everything I need to do and ranking them by importance. All right, Gwen, we've had such a productive discussion today about overcoming laziness.
You're right, Leo. I hope our listeners feel inspired to take action and make some positive changes.
Me too. Remember, even small steps can lead to big progress over time.
And don't forget, you can download the free PDF we mentioned earlier.
Yes, just click the link in the description or comments and make a copy so you can edit it yourself.
It's a great way to personalize the tips we talked about today and put them into action.
Before we go, here's a fun fact for you all. Did you know that people who plan their day in advance are 30% more likely to complete their tasks?
Wow! It really shows how planning and taking small steps can make a huge difference.
Exactly. So, start small, plan well, and keep going.
Thank you all for joining us on today's episode of Podcast and Chill.
Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments and tell us what works best for you.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and keep making progress one step at a time.